If you guys are looking to buy some of the cheapest tradable Rocket League items, then head to the first link in the description and use code JAKRS at checkout for a discount. What's going on, guys? I am JAKRS. Today's video is quite different from our usual videos where we trade with other people for new items that have come out or build a nice looking car with really expensive items. So I haven't actually told anybody about this, but when they bring out new crates, I see the new designs and the layouts of the crate and what they look like. And we all know that on the 5th of July, which is this Wednesday, we'll have the Overdrive crate coming out. So a few days ago, I was thinking to myself, why not try and design my own pages for what it would look like when you're on the layout of the homepage for the crate, like showing the contents of what is inside the crate and all of the keys when opening it and stuff like that. And also when you receive like a mystery from the crate, we all know that we're not going to get a mystery decals. We think so far we're not going to get any mystery decals. We might have mystery decals that we don't know about, but for all we know that there's going to be mystery goal explosions which look awesome. And so I decided to take on the task of designing my own pages for all of these things on Rocket League, and they actually turned out pretty well. I'm not the best designer in the world, but I did all of this myself, spent a couple of days on it, not all my time, but it actually looks pretty good. Psyonix have given us a few hints with the new trailer that they brought out, and they actually sneak peeked a couple of items, which some of them we definitely know because they brought out a page which I'll have on screen now on their website, where it shows all the new items, which are the imports, the exotics, the rare decals, and also some very rare trails, which look pretty good. But Psyonix didn't tell us about all the items that would be coming. They didn't give a full list. They were smart about it, and they only gave us one item in each category. And so I've watched the trailer over, and I've also looked at other things that they've said. We know that we'll get around 4 to 6 rare decals. We know that we'll get about 3 very rares and about 3 imports and maybe 2 exotics, and then 1 black market, which will show on the page. But we know that we're getting the fireworks, the ice, and also the fire black market goal explosions, which looks so awesome. So in a second I'm going to show you some of my designs that I've made of what the things are probably going to look like. I don't know if this is definitely 100% what they're going to look like, but hopefully they are. And if my designs are quite close to what they actually do look like, then I've made myself proud. Stop the gameplay just for a bit, just to show you the first picture that I made. And this is a picture of hovering over a black market mystery decal in the crate section. So when you click on the crate, it usually comes up with this contents page that you're seeing right in front of you, where it shows how many keys you have and all the different items. We definitely know that the Glossy Blocks will be one of the rare decals, and then the very rare trail, we definitely know Friction will be one of the trails, and then Ultrasonic is one that I actually found. I'll show you a picture of it now, coming out of the exhaust of one of the new cars. I think it was the Centio or the Animus, but it was coming out the back of one of those cars, and it looked absolutely awesome. So I'll show you a picture of that. And we already know that 100% one of the exotic wheels are going to be called Turbine, and they're going to look exactly as they are on the contents page here. But we don't know which color the default ones are going to be. We probably are going to be red, because I've seen it appear red quite a lot, so that's probably not painted. It's probably just the default one. I'll leave a link to the original trailer down below so you guys can watch that if you haven't already, but I'm pretty sure a ton of you guys have already seen that. But the problem that I had with making this contents page is that we had 2 exotics. We definitely know that we're going to get 2 exotics from this new crate. One of them we knew was the Turbine, but while watching the trailer over, I saw a ton of new wheels, and I'm going to actually put a picture on screen right now for you. There's 3 possible things that could be the second exotic in this new crate. And from looking at these pictures that I've put on screen, I want you guys to tell me in the comments section which one you would like to be the second exotic and which one you think deserves that place as an exotic wheel in the new crate. Now, on my contents page, for the second exotic, I chose the first wheel that you're seeing on screen right now, the one on the far left. And this is what I called Spinner. I'll show you a quick preview again of my contents page, which I've made. But I've called it Spinner. I don't know what it's really going to be called, but there are totally loads of different possibilities which this second exotic could be. So next we're going to move on to the mystery decal, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are actually waiting for this new mystery goal explosion to come out. I keep calling it the mystery decal because I'm so used to calling it that, so I'm going to have to get used to calling it a mystery explosion. And so what I've done here is on the contents page, I've made it look like as if I'm hovering over the mystery goal explosion, and I've put in the bottom right, I've changed it from where it says decal to explosion, and then where it said black market decal, I changed it to black market goal explosion, of course. And then there's not really many possibilities possibilities that they could have with showing and previewing the gold explosion on the contents page, because as you know, right now for the decals we have that sheet that goes over the car with like the hex sort of pattern on that sheet. But for the mystery gold explosion, what I've done is put behind the car a big explosion, which Psyonix could put like a big goal there with like an explosion coming out of it as an animation of it keep on just exploding and exploding, but I think that would get kind of boring, so maybe putting it behind the car would look pretty nice. Next thing that I'm going to move on after this mystery, because we've technically pretty done, all we need to talk about is the 3 different types, which are going to be the fireworks one, which you're probably going to see behind this car right now. Behind the car there is a picture of the fireworks, which I've put in because it looks like the more standing out one, which they're probably going to use as the default one for displaying the new gold explosions. But there's also a fire one and an ice one, which you guys can see on the Rocket League website. But now we're going to move on to the imports. We definitely know that we're going to get 2 import bodies, and so that means that they're not going to become so that you have to buy the cars. They're probably going to put new cars in the game soon. I think that the import bodies are going to come like this, as displayed on every other crates section home screen. When you click on it, the contents page, the cars come white, and then little sections of the car come red. And so I've highlighted the red bits of the car to make it stand out a bit more than the grey, black, and white parts of the car. And so those we definitely know are going to be imports. And then on the actual page of Rocket League on their website, they said that another import is going to be the Magic Missile, which looks like a pretty nice new import trail, which looks pretty decent. It looks like a little sparks with different colors, probably going to come painted, just like the cars are going to come painted as well. So we're probably going to have a 3 import section, just like all the other crates that we have, where we have the Dominus GT, Hypernova, and Dark Matter, and then we have Trinity, Dominus GT, and then a third one. We usually have 3 imports, so I've decided that the 2 import bodies and the Magic Missile, which they've definitely confirmed, are going to be the 3 imports in the new crate. Next, we're going to move on to the very rares, and the Ultrasonic trail is one that I actually made up myself. I actually saw it in the trailer as a trail, and as we know, usually we only get default trails, such as the Batmobile has its own trail and stuff like that. We only really get that if it's a purchasable car, and we know that these cars are going to come as import bodies, so we're not going to get any like sort of default trails that are going to come with that. So I'm pretty sure that looking at this new trail, it's definitely going to be a very rare, because the Magic Missile was already confirmed as being an import. So I've put that in the very rare position, because of course we're not going to have a rare trail, because that's going to technically be impossible. And then the Friction trail was definitely confirmed on the Rocket League website as being a very rare, so I've taken a screenshot of it and put it on there as its own icon. And then what I've done for the decal is, I'm not sure what the 3rd or 4th very rare are going to be, so I've changed it from the Octane Kilowatt to the Dominus Kilowatt, and I've changed it from, I think, the Dominus Snakeskin to the Takumi Snakeskin, because they like using the most popular cars as the decals that they choose, like the Takumi, the Dominus, the Octane, and cars like that. We don't really see many other decals. We had the Roadhog Wildfire that they could possibly, but they're probably most likely going to just reuse old decals and just change the ones. But we're probably going to have a few new ones, like we've seen the Sticker Bomb in the Nitro crate being a new one that hasn't been seen before. Last thing that we're going to look at before we go into the mystery in a crate image is the rares. And so we've definitely confirmed that the Glossy Blocks is going to be one of the rares, and this is probably going to come as a paint finish. I'm not too sure whether it's going to be as a decal, because you can't really put it on a specific car, because they've just showed it on the Octane on the website. So if you guys want to have a look at that, it looks pretty nice, quite shiny. And yeah, so it's probably going to be a universal one, and because of the fact that it's not a mystery, they're probably just going to make it a paint finish, just like what they did with the Furry, but this time it is a rare. And I think the Furry should have been a rare in the Turbo crate, but instead they made it an import, but now they've changed their mind and put it as a rare. Just like the very rares, we don't really know what the decals are going to be. They most likely are going to be decals, so we also know that there are some engine sounds coming, and so the engine sounds which you've seen in the trailer, they've announced that there are going to be different tuning and different sounds, so they might add a different section. Hopefully they do remove the antennas, because they look horrible and not that many people use them unless they want to be flashy and stuff. So hopefully the engine sounds are either coming in as a rare or a very rare, which you can add to your car as customizable features. So fingers crossed, lads. So we're getting close to the end of talking about these different images, and so a next image that I want to show you guys is getting a mystery in a crate. And so this is when you land on a mystery. This is what I think it's going to look like. As we have a little zoom into the image that I had on my contents page of the mystery, I put gold explosion at the bottom and then just put universal explosion instead of the decal, and black market gold explosion instead of black market decal on the side. It took a bit of editing to do that, but then the opening crate Overdrive, you guys know that usually it says Nitro. I've took a Nitro image and put an Overdrive crate over that. So you guys know that that is probably what it's going to look like. And then I've put the Centio V17 just underneath that, and the Ultrasonic, which I've put as one of the new trails above that. And then we've got Glossy Blocks at the top, which is quite motion blurred, and what I think to be called the spinner wheels are going to be the bottom wheels. And yeah, it's not an exact order, of course. This is just as if you're opening the crate up. This is probably what it's going to look like, and it looks pretty cool in my opinion. So finally, we're going to take a look at an image which is what I've made for as if you get a mystery in a crate. And just as you know, like when you land on a certain item and then it becomes bigger just afterwards, this is what I think it's going to look like. And the gold explosions, I've just taken a picture of the fireworks one and made it a bit bigger so you guys can see this, but this is what I think it's going to look like. And then the preview, what you get after when you get into the actual selection menu, when you click OK or equip now, I didn't really know how to design that because I didn't know what it's going to look like. And just like the contents page, it would probably just be behind your car or something like that, or maybe a goal with it just repeatedly just exploding in the background, which looked pretty cool in my opinion. So if you guys have enjoyed this video of me overviewing the new Overdrive crate just before it coming out, a few days just before it dropping, I'm just going to take a look at some of the items with you guys. As soon as they drop, I'm probably going to try and get the white version of these turbines and the white version of whatever the second exotic is, so I can give you guys a good look at those, so you guys know whether you want to buy them or not when they do drop. But yeah, I'm going to be grinding crates to open them up, and I'm really hyped for this new crate. So if you're hyped as well, make sure to leave that in the comments, and let's see if we can get a hashtag Overdrive hype down there. Make sure to drop a like on this video if you've enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel because we're close to 25k, which is an awesome number, and I would love to celebrate that with you guys. So this is unfortunately the end of today's video, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.